2, 1. And boom. Just like that, we're back to Insignificant Thoughts Podcast. We have a great special podcast today.
And the live audience.
Because we're joined by Ashley and Brielle.
Hello.
For those that don't know, Brielle, obviously my wife, and that's her sister. I mean, obviously you guys could tell.
We're the Perez sisters. You see a similarity?
Welcome to the podcast, Ashley.
Thank you. I've been so excited to come on here. I know this is a long time coming, but I've been really enjoying what I've been seeing. You've had some great guests so far, so I am honored.
I'm super happy that you're here. We're having so much fun with the podcast. I can't wait to just continue to have more and more people over. Also, as you can see, today we are at Chris's house.
Yes.
By the way, thank you, Chris, for opening your home to us.
That's what I'm here for.
Ashley lives close to here, so we decided to have it over here for her convenience as well.
Thank you.
If you hear doggies and a lot of
Clicking,
walking around,
Pitter-patter.
Chris has 3 Yorkies. And they're like right there. They're our live audience today.
Just literally just
Contorting.
looking at us from their bed.
And I was talking to the girls. Oh my god, this is gonna be super hard to have a podcast.
It's okay
with this
though.
live
It's
audience.
fine. No biggie.
But I was talking to the girls of what they wanted to talk about, and we all agreed they wanted to talk about growing up in the 90s, which I think is a freaking awesome topic.
I love it.
The best decade.
The best decade.
best.
100%.
Really?
Like, yes.
Yeah. But are we just saying that because it's so nostalgic for us?
That's what I'm
No.
saying.
There
Are
are
you sure?
proven facts as
Here,
to
make
why
sure.
it's
I don't know
better.
why I don't hear you.
Oh, you don't hear me? Okay.
It's like I hear you, but it's like hollow.
Okay.
And I'm like,
All
why
right.
doesn't it
Yeah,
sound
I'm sorry. Go
close?
ahead, Ashley. What were you saying?
I just don't think that I love it because I grew up in it. I truly believe it was the best.
So why I've had these conversations with other people in the past. I want to know why, and I kind of have a side of me that agrees for many reasons. But I want to hear it without chiming in. Why do you think the 90s was probably the best decade to grow up in?
I feel like anyone who grew up in like those real developmental years, you grew up in the 90s, I feel like we got to see it all. Like we really got to see the advancements and live in like the, I don't know, I want to compare it to the dark ages when compared to what we have now, like we've got to just like grow up in it and see it like progress. And I just feel like we had the best TV shows, we had the best entertainment, we had the best like upbringing. I feel like I was a more patient person back then.
I feel like everybody was a more patient person back then, because back then the way of the world was being patient.
Yes.
It's not like you can press a button and have things at your fingertips.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I was talking yesterday with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, this is so difficult," like talking about finding a job, getting, resume and job hunting. And I told this person, I was like, you shouldn't be complaining, because way back when, like when my mother was out there in the 90s looking for a job,
boots on the ground.
Oh
my God.
You had to
Can you imagine?
My mom went out with a manila folder. I'll never forget that. She went out at 7 something in the morning to Manhattan to look for a job. That's what you did in the past. Like, that's what you did. Now you can't do that no more, but I agree with that. A lot more people were more patient.
Yes.
And it was because it was the way of the world.
If I wanted to like know what was on TV, I had to wait for that channel to scroll.
Oh my God! Or you had to wait for that.
Don't miss it. Don't miss your channel.
You missed it. You have to wait for like
Then
100
you gotta
other ones to get to pass. Oh
what is that? What's that other one? The TV Guide or whatever.
Yes, scroll through the TV Guide
The TV
magazine.
Guide was all there. They used to mail that out, Brielle. You don't remember that?
So we would know what time shows were on.
Yeah.
They used to mail that to
As if
your
like
house.
we can't just Google that. I could know anything right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like, now it's God forbid
Phone book?
Yeah, there is no phone book. What is a phone book? What are yellow pages?
Dialing 411.
Yeah, 411 is another big one.
Archaic. Waiting to see if your school's closed.
Oh my God, on the
12.
news! Instead of having, I remember that as a kid.
That feeling?
When you saw it,
Yeah.
just scrolling across the
Close.
television, across your box television, mind you.
Yes. I felt like all the Catholic schools in our area closed for any like snowfall.
Anything. There was like a
Yeah.
little
It
sleep.
It would be like
Flurries. Closed.
Saint something,
Saint Mary's,
Saint
Saint
Mary's,
whatever.
and they were always. I was so jealous of the kids that went to that school.
I'm like, of course they're closed.
And
And we
of
had
course,
a
the
delayed
public
opening.
schools were always open.
But I feel like even back in 09 when I graduated, or even like before, I saw like still like looking for the school to pass.
Oh, wait,
by.
I
It's
did.
still an option,
Yeah.
but back then it was like our only option.
Yeah.
Now you just
Literally, it was like the only thing you could do to figure it out. That or call in school. But good luck, because back then it was landlines, and you
Yeah.
couldn't have two people calling in at once. So
That's
it was
right.
like you had to literally wait for the
That's
news.
how
That's
did we do
crazy.
anything?
We didn't.
I don't know how people got
all
anywhere
still
because
home.
without my GPS, I'm not going.
Well, people used to do it.
It was MapQuest.
Even before
Even
MapQuest.
before Map,
Even
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My dad
Maps,
used to
I
have
don't know.
regional maps. How do I know this? Because of Dad. Dad used to always tell me, he's like, in the future, if technology doesn't advance, you need to go to your local Staples or office or whatever, and you get yourself a local map. And I'm like, why?
It makes sense.
And he's like, because one day you're going to have to read it. Well, I never had to
Yeah.
actually buy a map or read it, but imagine.
Do you have a map?
No. I should.
With all your survival kit stuff,
Yeah,
you don't
true.
have
I
maps.
don't
How are
have
you
a
gonna
map.
get anywhere with all
You
your
failed.
supplies?
I failed.
You
I failed
failed.
miserably. There's a problem though. To get a good map, that's even more concerning. To get a good, accurate map of your area right now is actually very difficult. You have to go through like forums and stuff like that. And even if you do find one, God forbid the resolution is not good enough for you to print. And if you do print it, you have to think about preserving it, because it's not like you just put a piece of notebook paper in your car and there goes my map. No, you know. So there's a lot of things, but I remember that very, very vividly. My dad saying you have to have maps. He used to have maps of all the 5 boroughs, so Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island.
I
But naturally, you know,
I could have all the maps in the world, but
I could have them.
I don't know what.
it's
I
like,
can have them.
I don't know how to make it work. Like,
Even the GPS, I can't even follow sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
no, I
She-
find myself messing up with the GPS too. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Sometimes it'll be like, make a left now, and I'm like, where?
I'm an Apple Maps girl, and
Me
I feel like
too.
they've gotten
Through
really
and through.
good.
Google Maps can die.
Really?
Damn.
Wow. Meanwhile,
Now,
on Google
if-
Maps for everything.
If we're going like 30 minutes or more, Brielle can't drive. Or I have to be
Or if
awake.
it's close to the city, I can't drive there.
She will go to the city.
I will go. I will cross the
If
bridge.
it's
One
close
time
to
I
the
was
city?
crossing the bridge and I still didn't think I was crossing the bridge.
She's
Oh,
like,
it
oh my
can't
God,
be-
the George Washington. Where am I going?
And I was like, I don't think we passed the bridge yet.
It really.
The Statue of
Just going
Liberty
through
is
it.
like right in her
One time.
eyesight.
I think
I'm like, I
told you
still have a
this.
chance to exit.
Yeah.
I
She's
swear.
right through the water.
I think I remember telling you this. There was one time where, I kid you not, someone told me, I need you to take me to the airport. I'm like, fine. My dumbass was taking them to JFK and they needed to go to Newark. So I crossed the GW the same way. I was just like, she's like, where we're going? I'm like, what?
I'm driving you to your destination.
What do you mean where we're going?
I'm saving you the airfare.
So I've been there. George Washington.
Okay,
No,
back
no.
to the 90s.
Yes,
Yeah.
90s. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great
Nice.
era because we saw all these crazy advancements. I get it. I could resonate with that because I always tell
Yes.
people if I would have grown up in any other era, I would have been like a reject or some dum dum or something like that. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I needed to grow up in the 90s and in this
Me
era.
too. I'm so
The
happy I
information
did.
era, the
Yeah.
fact that I can attain information quickly and easily, the fact that I grew up understanding where information came from to begin with, like books and things like that before the internet.
Yeah.
That does give me a leg up in many cases. There's people that I know that, younger obviously, they don't know how to look up a glossary, which is crazy. The glossary in the back of a book or the index in the back of a book.
Do you remember how to use the Dewey Decimal System
Of course not.
What is that?
in the
I've-
libraries? How to go to the card
oh,
Can I say
catalog?
that in Spanish, baby?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that.
It's a
Translate Dewey Decimal System.
Dewey Decimal.
No, I have no idea what that is.
Sistema Dewey Decimal. I don't know.
I was telling Brielle not too long ago. I feel like I miss going to the library, but I miss going to the library in Puerto Rico, because there was this library that was right by where we used to live, and it was like the smallest library ever, but it was I don't know, it was something about the place, how it looked, it made it feel like it made me want to study. But now, for me to, first of all, when I was younger, I was very studious, and I could sit and study for hours. Now I can't do that. I can't do like,
because our attention spans are non-existent.
Trashed.
Completely.
That's so sad.
If my webpage takes a little too long to load,
You're refreshing it.
I'm irate.
I want to chuck it. Like,
Is my Wi-Fi down?
I'm like, what's going on?
Oh my god! I remember you were like the TikTok, and I'm like, what?
literally.
Oh my god.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
I
It
don't
really is, though. Okay, and then what? Growing up here, because I grew up in Puerto Rico, right?
That had to have been different. I mean,
Definitely
Yeah,
different.
his childhood
in the
was different.
90s, yeah.
But how was it here? Like, what are the things that you guys could like think about going back? That
What were we doing?
yeah,
Like, what were we playing with?
yeah. What did you do like on a daily basis? Let's say in middle school.
Getting home from school in the 90s.
Yeah.
I know when we were deep into our Nintendo 64 days, that is what I looked forward to the
You had an
most
N64? I didn't know
after
that.
school.
And
Yes.
our Sega Genesis.
What?
was-
You guys had
We were
video game
gamers.
consoles?
We were the
What?
original gamers.
Before we were.
Before you two, that was
Wow.
us.
Oh no.
Playing Sims
I've been
and Barbie
gaming.
Detective, but that was on
Barbie
computer.
Detective.
PC games. Those
PC games were
That's
OP.
it. You're ready to play League of Legends. You're ready to play League.
What?
Ashley,
That was
this is what you're gonna be playing now.
legit.
you really liked it? You liked the PC games?
Yes, I did.
I was a ridiculous fan of PC games in the 90s.
The Sims?
I did. That's another problem with me and
Classic
yeah.
Sims, like the
Yes.
original.
I didn't grow up with PC games. The only PC game I knew was Minesweeper.
That's Windows 90, 98.
Anybody?
kidding.
Solitaire?
Solitaire.
Solitaire.
Guys,
Solitaire.
the pinball, the free pinball game.
Yeah.
Baby.
I did, because I grew up with like PlayStation and
Yeah, he grew up with the good stuff.
Well, we had a PlayStation too.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I don't remember that.
but also before
Wasn't
the PlayStation,
the cube, like
Game
gray
Cube?
one.
the gray one, yeah, that you had to
Yeah.
like pop the
Press
thing
the
open
top.
and like it was
Mhm,
slide
yeah,
like
we had that.
yeah. But before PlayStation, I had oh my god, the other Sony Sega.
You had a Sega? Oh, that I didn't
Yeah.
know. I know you had a PlayStation. I didn't know you had.
I had Sega, but I had the portable Sega. The
Game Gear.
Yes.
The
That's
Sega
what
Game
we
Gear.
had, the
You had a
portable
Game
But the
Gear?
Nintendo.
Game Gear, yeah.
Then we had a Sega Genesis. And we
What
had
was
a
the
Nintendo
rectangle,
64.
like purple, translucent one?
Game Boy?
Game
Game
Boy Color.
Boy.
The
That
Game Boy.
was
That
Game
one in the
Boy.
90s.
The Mary Kate and Ashley game. that we
Oh.
had.
They had American
I
and
went
Ashley.
hard for Mary Kate and Ashley.
Wait. So what did you do in the Mary Kate and Ashley game? What was the game about for
It was
Mary
a
Kate
mystery
and Ashley?
because they will solve any crime by dinner time. If you watched any of their detective series, but it was like a mystery. I forget exactly what the mystery was, but yes,
And literally, the character would just be like running across the screen.
yes,
Like,
those two girls defined that was my idols growing up. Was
So
Mary
you were
Kate
like,
and Ashley.
Mary Kate and Ashley on Game Boy. Here we go.
Yes,
Or
I
Game
picked
Gear.
that up right away. I had the Mary Kate and Ashley hair straightener, the Mary
had
Kate
the
and
light
Wow.
Ashley.
Game
Boy.
Yes,
Damn.
I had everything Mary Kate and Ashley. Yeah,
Damn.
all the movies.
I wanted to be them.
What was another? What's
Who
another
didn't?
game?
I
What
mean-
about the? What this is? Was the Snake game 90s or was that?
No,
early
that was
2000s?
early 2K. That Snake game was with that Nokia phone that didn't break in the early 2000s. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yes.
I didn't have one, but I
It's still
wanted
fully
one so
charged.
bad.
Oh,
Still
I
fully
had one.
charged.
If you have
You could
one,
play
it's
Snake.
probably
Yeah.
still charged.
It's probably
Yeah,
still
100%.
working, and it probably still has
Literally.
your high score from Snake from early 2000s just stored in there.
Oh,
I would love to
man.
see that. I would
I
love to see
honestly,
one.
I would. I want to buy one just because.
Just to
for
play it.
just
you
for
could,
nostalgia.
You could do it now on the phone. You could download the Snake game.
Yeah, but not the Snake game. It's just the actual Nokia phone.
There goes
there goes the elder of the
Tiny.
house. The elderly woman, the 12-year-old dog.
For me, growing up in Puerto Rico in the 90s, I guess I'm trying to think of like anything different that I did over there. I can't really like come up with anything. But I do know that when I was in Puerto Rico, the schools in general, I'm sure there's schools like this here too, but it felt like I knew everybody. I knew everybody at my school. Like if there was somebody new, we would know who that new person, because everybody knows each other. Like in the school that I went to was from, I've said this in the past, but the school that I went to was from kindergarten to 9th grade.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so if you went there from kindergarten to 9th grade, you literally know everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. And I grew up with everybody. So is there like schools like that in here that are small
Yeah, that's
that
how
you
we grew
just
up.
know
We
everybody?
knew everyone in
Well,
Clifton.
I feel
Not
like-
everyone.
Not everyone.
Let's go ask right
Not
now
even
down the
close.
street.
Like I'm telling you,
Because it's too big, but
We were kindergarten to 5th grade, and then we went to another school
and you go
for
to middle school with those
Okay.
kids.
But yeah, you pretty
mostly.
much go.
Yeah.
The same kids
Yeah.
will go to the.
but that's the thing.
Together.
Like I not only knew my people from 9th grade, but I knew the 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade. Like
You knew who those kids were.
we knew all of them. We knew all of them because we saw them every day.
I would say it was extremely
No,
different
I
here
didn't have
because
that
of no.
experience.
I didn't have that experience either because of the density of population here. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
it's
guess
too
so.
much
Yeah.
to have like that type of experience with kids here.
And that's too. It's also a smaller place because I mean Puerto Rico is so small.
Yeah.
So the city
back
that we were
then-
in, it was like I don't know, probably like one 9th grade class is like the whole school over there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
probably.
saying?
In Ecuador, I had a similar experience to that, where you had your classmates, but you knew everyone. Everyone knew each other from actually kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade to senior year. That was that private school, and everybody, if you were there from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, people knew you. Everybody knew you. The directors, even those that were old, the ones that were going to retire, everyone knew each other. I'd imagine it's not like that nowadays, though.
What, even in Puerto Rico, you think?
Maybe not, because I'm like thinking about the whole tech thing, and how much I've said it before, and how much it's kind of divided us in terms of creating interpersonal relationships. And I would like to see that, but I don't think that would be happening in a school setting anymore.
That would be
As sad as it sounds, yeah.
You know, Lewis always wanted a locker because he would watch like Disney Channel and see the lockers, and he would want.
You know what's funny?
He didn't have a
I
locker.
wanted a locker too.
Yeah.
Because it's in Brooklyn, you don't get no damn locker. You're one of like 2,000 kids in the school. They're not gonna give you a locker.
That was like when you got your first locker, you felt so grown.
I would
felt
have
so
a lot of
grown.
nightmares of like forgetting my
Me
combination.
too. That's a recurring nightmare.
Yes, that is actually
forgetting your
probably not that
combo?
long ago that I've still had dreams
Actually,
that
that's
I'm
a recurring
back.
nightmare that I have.
Yes, and
And
I
it's not
forget my combination.
It's not like you guys have phones, so you can have maybe like
No, you
jot it
did
down,
not.
but-
No. Used to have to remember that by heart, and used to have to remember the rotations by heart and everything. I remember being able to open my lock in like a ridiculous short amount of time. Like, boom!
We
done.
got good with locks because we worked in a bank together.
Oh, yeah,
and we
yeah.
always had to deal with the safes.
that's true.
Okay, that must have been frustrating.
I think the bank was probably one of the first times that I ever had to deal with locks in general because I didn't
You're
grow
like,
up with it.
oh, no locker, but I got this safe.
And then when I got here to the U.S.,
I put my stuff in here.
and then when I got to the U.S.,
Lunchbox next to the stack of
Money.
$100,000.
Out comes JP Morgan's ghost.
yeah, like when I got here and I went to Kennedy, we had lockers, but I didn't use them. We didn't like.
So you finally
It's
got it
just-
and you didn't use it?
Yeah, because it I don't know. It was like a waste of time for me.
I didn't use.
It is
I
a-
barely used my locker.
It depends.
If you have a lot of books,
yeah,
it's
that's
hard.
that's the only thing. Well, what I used to
Did
do,
you
I used
carry
to
a
rotate
backpack
books.
all day?
I used to rotate
Probably.
books. Like if I knew we were gonna have like an assignment, I would bring that book that day, and I wouldn't bring a certain other book another day. I don't know. That's what I remember. My grandma worked in Kennedy, so I used to drop off things to her desk if it was too heavy.
Lucky.
Yeah, but I guess that's why I didn't have a locker because probably I would.
Grandma was a locker.
Yeah, she was. Her
Yeah,
desk was her
VIP
locker.
Give me my
access.
lunch.
100%.
Give me my lunch.
But I wish when I came here I would have had a chance to like go to another school. Because when I got here, I was forced to go to that school because mom and dad sent us first. Because they still had to sell the house in Puerto Rico. So they sent us here to get to school first. And when we got here, I was forced to go there because my grandma worked there. But I wanted to go somewhere else because the baseball school in Kennedy, I'm sorry, sucked. Sucked. Terrible program. Like the coaches were... They're just, you could just tell. It's just, you know.
It wasn't a quality baseball program.
It wasn't.
Unfortunately.
They were great in football and basketball.
But baseball, no.
But baseball, really bad. Really
It's
bad.
sad. It is very sad.
What else? What else do you want to talk about with the 90s?
Did anybody else? I don't know. Was this 90s? Like use LimeWire?
That was like
That was early.
that was
2000s.
like
2000s.
a venereal STD for your computer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
And
guaranteed.
I risked it every
Oh, yeah.
time.
And so did I, and I'm pretty sure I learned a lot.
From LimeWire.
Because I used to mess up the computer all the time,
Yes,
and when
me
you mess
too.
up the family computer, you have to learn how to fix it.
Mm.
And I learned how to fix it. I learned a lot.
Now Chris can build a whole computer.
Now I can build a whole computer because of LimeWire.
All
Thank
thanks
you,
to LimeWire.
Wow.
Not a sponsor.
Not a
LimeWire
sponsor.
changed your life.
Changed my life forever.
It-
I was like, I don't need to pay for music. Why do I have to sit there? I remember before LimeWire. This was so old school. Before LimeWire, I used to sit there and wait for Yahoo Music videos for free
And record it.
and record.
Do you remember when we would print lyrics?
I had a folder.
Yes.
Wait,
So when
explain,
we were
explain.
in the car,
Oh my God.
azlyrics.com.
yes, it was purple.
It's still up.
So we would print out like the most popular songs on the radio, so that by the chance that it would play when we were in the car, we had the lyric.
I mean,
Like,
that's
I
smart.
remember
imagine-
doing that.
It's like, oh,
That's
my
smart.
song is coming up.
We had that one.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, that's smart. It's like, oh, you can just Google it nowadays.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, back then, if you like missed your song on the radio, it was just like devastating.
I cried once.
How about
Kevin Little, turn me on.
Hey, you.
We get in the, I'm waiting all day. We get in the car and I hear the very end, the jingle. I start crying.
You're like, no.
I was there. She shed tears.
That's
That's why people used to record the radio too. It's like the DJ used to you used to always pray to God that the person who was DJing that day on the radio wouldn't ruin your song by like talking in the middle of it or something like that. Yeah, something like that. You would always put your cassette in and you would be like, I'm trying to record a succession of songs for my potential love interest. Please stop it.
What about also like I think it's probably also early 2000s too, but like when you like recording like the music on your phone to have it as your voice
Ringtone.
Oh my
voice
God.
message, whatever.
Oh, yes.
And it used to come out all garbled and stuff.
Like terrible.
And I'm
Sounded
just like,
terrible.
Crackly.
it sounded like the most budget Nextel phone you could ever have. Oh my God, Nextel.
Next to
Everyone in their damn
chirping.
walkie-talkies, and I'm like, you could just
my
call
God.
each other.
We're like going back to like 2000s. We're like
Yeah.
going away
I
from
know.
the
well, it
90s.
is the
It's
90s.
the same
Okay,
thing. Growing
yeah.
up,
So-
Go back.
Yeah.
Best 90s TV show. So-
I couldn't watch many because
okay, we know you were deprived for Disney Channel.
All right, what was yours?
I was Nickelodeon.
all, the
All
way.
day, every day. Or
But
MTV.
which particular show?
and when MTV was good.
When MTV actually played
So-
music videos.
Yes.
MTV
And there
is
was
no longer
TRL.
Yeah.
Yes.
So MTV's not
but
good no more.
MTV like Date My Mom and Next.
Room Raiders.
Oh,
Those
the
are the
trash
best.
television shows.
Oh, they were great.
I
those.
loved watching them because I knew they were just all made up. And
But
Akira
watching
was
them,
just
I would be
like,
like living for the drama.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Like now I watch it as ridiculous, but back then I was like, this is so crazy.
yo, my little brothers were like, oh my God, look. And I'm like, y'all think that's real? Really?
Honestly.
I was
Yo.
eating it all up. I thought it was real.
The best
thought
is
it was
whenever
real.
it's like, what's that one where it's like, it's not Next. It's the one where the parents pick a date.
Parental
for their-
control.
Parental
Oh,
control.
parental control,
I used to
yes.
always love it because the whoever they're trying to like Get Out, whoever the parents don't like,
Yeah.
they're always in a room and they always insult each other.
Yeah.
They come out with something
The
stupid. It's like,
cringiest
shut up, you old
insult.
hag. And I was like, what?
Yeah, because you can't curse.
Yeah, I
And
forgot.
Next was brutal. Because
Next,
I'm
yeah.
too sensitive to have ever gotten on that show. Like, imagine just coming off the bus and they're next.
I know.
You should have watched.
know.
You should have
With
watched.
therapy.
You should have watched the gay one. It's hilarious.
It's on YouTube.
It's
It's
hilarious.
that one gay episode of Next.
Wait, what? There's only one?
if you
Kevin's house.
if you
my
think
gosh.
the straight
That
one
one
was
gay
that, the gay one was just as soon as one comes on the next, and it's like whoa, another one. He goes a whole
Brutal.
12 minutes,
I would
and then he's
cry.
like next.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that.
It's like whoa.
Well, what's worse, instantly or like after them talking to you for 8 minutes and
Instantly.
being like,
At least get to know me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I know it's just like completely.
No, what's
That's-
worse to me is the 12 minutes.
Well, that's
Don't
true
waste my
too,
time.
because
Like,
then
Oh,
you
no,
maybe
no.
It's
after
like-
they get
know
to
me.
know you and then they're like, I
But
don't
I'm
want to
saying
be
for
talking
your
to you
for
anymore.
your
I'm like,
I know that Chris doesn't care
I
because
feel
he-
instant would hurt me more though.
yes, for me, it's for my self esteem. Like I rather
Yeah.
like you not like my personality than just not like me out of like that.
Yeah, because if you don't like me, then that's a problem with you.
No,
That-
no.
Yes, exactly. That's
you
what
problem.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, for me it's if after 12 minutes. Because
Yeah.
that
What?
I would literally
No.
after talking to someone, if they were like, I don't want to talk to you
I'll be
anymore
like,
because
okay,
you're literally
Well,
so
that's
boring.
fine. That's fine with me. I'll be like, that's fine.
So if you walk
Why?
out of the bus
And they just take a
and you
look
get
at
next, you're not gonna get red when you go back into the bus.
Of course I am
I
gonna
would.
cry.
I'm like, MTV, burn the tape.
I would walk off set. I would quit.
That's what I'm saying. That can't be worse than like going out and like spending the 12 minutes.
I'm not, but what if
Honestly.
you're talking with someone laughing? I'm gonna
I
get
get
they're
it.
like next.
But that's not gonna be worse.
But
For
then I
12
could like
minutes,
put it
though?
on them. I could put it on them
Yeah.
if they do that.
You
to
could walk
me.
Like,
into the
it's
bus.
your-
and
What
pretend
if
that-
you're
problem.
What
Yeah.
if you're not a fun person to hang out with?
Then you just
Then
found
you
out.
do some
Then you're-
self-reflecting.
Then you weren't born in the 90s, obviously.
I love it. I love it. What about another thing? What about frosted tips?
All my crushes had
Oh my
frosted tips.
god! Oh my god!
Put that on the t-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, my crushes have frosted tips.
Wow!
it's true. It was like a sunbeam. Like,
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
I actually got frosted tips when I was.
No, you didn't.
I'm dead serious.
I'm gonna need to
Really?
see
I need to
evidence.
see this picture.
can
I
ask
need
my
to see
mom.
this evidence. I need to see all of this.
I went to a beauty salon and they did the frosted tips.
and they
This one I used to have,
they folded the
hair.
foil and everything in your hair.
Not the foil. It was like the.
Oh my
You know
God.
that thing that they put and they like stick your hair through the.
Oh, the easy
Oh,
one, the
like
easy
a-
one,
it was
the
like a
cap, the
cap.
cap.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
cap. That's what they did to my hair. Cause my hair, I used to be able to pull my hair down to like my eyes.
And did you think you were like the hottest? Like
You
you
were
were
I
like,
thought I was
yeah.
great. I thought I was killing
He
it.
thought he was great.
Meanwhile, I was
I thought I was
envious.
curly.
I
that
wanted
looks
them.
like. Wait, is your hair curly if it grows
Curly,
out?
yeah, yeah. So-
Looking like ramen noodles,
Yeah.
probably.
Like ramen tips. Or no, was the Fusellini?
Oh my gosh, Chris,
Wow.
did you ever have a hairstyle you regretted? That
I
you
regretted?
growing up that you're like, why did I do that?
No, not really. I
No.
wish. I kind of wish. Now looking back at things, like I was telling him not too long ago on the podcast, I kind of wish I did something stupid for my.
So you were
like-
just always killing it.
No, I was more of that social outcast that I was like a fly on the wall. I didn't do anything. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have though. I
Yeah.
should have. Like if I would have gone back and picked like my tux for my
Yeah.
prom, I would have done something crazy like neon orange or something crazy where it's like, why did I look like a highlighter? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's what I
Yeah.
would do. Honestly, because I wore a plain Jane like gray, I don't know, black tux with like a gray vest. That's like the plainest thing on the planet.
Classic.
That's not even classic. That's you. I can smell the cigars and whiskey on that tux. Like it's not even classic. It was boring. So
Was
I
it a
should've-
rental?
It was a rental.
Okay, there we go.
But
Yeah,
still,
I did a rental too for my prom. Did you?
I
you guys know
borrowed my dress from a friend. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like in my head, I was like, I borrowed my friend from my I'm gonna borrow my dress from my grandma. I don't know why in my head that popped in.
Wait, but girls usually buy their own dress, right? Because
Yeah.
the girls don't have like
Yeah.
a rental. For,
No,
I don't know.
right?
I'm sure it exists, but like,
hell,
no.
but the girls won't do that. Girls, I rented my dress they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Guys were like,
whatever.
hey, that look cool. I want to wear that.
That look
But
great.
like that is so funny. Cause like to buy that prom dress, to buy something so lavish for your like 17, 18-year-old self. Cause
I
who
know.
looks back at their prom and they're like, oh, I look so great.
And this was a great
Not me.
day. That's the most
I
pivotal
liked
day for the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
Ashley's
Day
like,
of
speak
my
for
life.
yourself.
I looked I didn't like my hair, but I really liked my dress.
You had an updo.
I had an updo. It didn't look right. Like I had
She had
showed
the
her.
updo.
Literally, it was so bad. I hated it.
I
Like
think
a
it's crazy.
90s updo,
It
or
was-
like a,
Your prom dress was like
It was
a la
like
Kate Hudson
and How
How
to
to
Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Wait, what?
this
She
is one of those
wears-
things they're gonna have to.
She
repeat.
wears this yellow gown that is
Yes.
like while she's. Have you ever seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
No.
Of course they haven't.
I
Uncultured.
probably have, but I'm you know me with
She-
names.
Wait, How to Lose? I think Andrew showed me that movie.
It sounds
Matthew
familiar to me.
McConaughey,
I don't
Kate
know.
Hudson.
It sounds
she's
like a movie.
journalist.
It's like a rom com or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah. Okay. Then likely I've seen it within the last 2 years.
I feel like also back in the 90s, I was so easily entertained with movies.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yes.
now
I just feel like
it's-
movies were better. I listen. I have this weird concept. It sounds really stupid. I don't know why. I think I don't like watching things nowadays because most of the things that people come out with are boring or washed and repeated from before.
Yes, exactly. That's why
Like the
we had the
90s,
best entertainment.
yeah. We-
it was
It-
more
we-
original.
Exactly, more original. There was like I guess you could say a pivotal moment in entertainment within the 80s and the 90s where things were like kind of like free, expressive, all out there. Sesame Street was in the 90s. I love Sesame Street, for
I
example.
was just like all my like movies I wanted to see. Like Burger King had a toy for
Exactly.
it, and it
That's-
was just
well,
like
I'm pretty sure that happens nowadays, but I know for a
It's-
fact that it did not invoke the same type of response that it did from us as a kid.
yeah.
yeah.
Because
I
for me,
know.
I
Maybe
wanted
kids
those
these
toys.
days are getting those.
Yeah,
responses.
I'm sure they probably do. 'Cause
Maybe
you
some.
know what's weird?
No, those kids are on their iPads.
Those kids are like, Mom, give me my iPad so I could go on TikTok or so I could play Roblox and watch the next demon that pops up or something.
Well, I don't know because the other remember when was it that we went to a hotel and there was this like I think it was a hotel or something and we were watching this like we just put Disney on or something and then there was this show that was playing and I had no idea what this show was that was on Disney that I grew up on, but it's supposedly a super popular show that all the kids know about, but I have no idea. That made me feel so old.
Yeah.
That made me feel so old.
Have you gone back to watch shows you watched in the 90s?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
and I found so many weird like adult like jokes.
Yes,
hidden
that I
in
didn't
there.
pick
Oh
up
my
on as a
God.
kid.
I didn't pick up as a
That
kid.
would not make it in today.
But it wouldn't make it in today. I don't think it would.
A lot of
But
them.
another crazy thing is I know, like thinking about it, it's like why were those things in there? Because they knew what they were doing. They knew that if the kids had it on, that it needed to also occasionally entertain the parents.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
it's
mom, if
Yeah.
mom is sitting there in the kitchen and I don't know, Dexter's Laboratory makes a crude joke about Dee Dee being unborn or something like that, which alludes to something else.
Yeah.
The adult would be like,
funny.
the child would be like,
That's so funny.
It's
Actually, I never
true.
thought about it that way.
Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. I have noticed that. There's certain things that I'm like,
And
oh,
they're
shoot, I didn't catch
Cartoon
that.
Network.
Yeah, they're crude jokes.
Oh,
Like some of them
yeah.
are
Cartoon
very,
Network did
very,
that a
very
lot.
crude.
Cartoon
That's
Network
why
made me so uncomfortable.
that's why I
Adult
brought up
Swim.
the example of the being
oblongs.
unborn. The oblongs?
You never saw the oblongs?
that
It was
sounds
like this
creepy.
family that was like
gives me
deformed.
the-
Like the premise was that they lived near this, I guess, like chemical plant or something where there was like chemicals that made them all like the father had no arms or legs.
This was the 90s or early 2000s?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
What is it called again?
The oblongs?
The Oblongs?
I
Yeah,
need to
just
see
look up
this.
a photo. It's a cartoon.
What was it? Disney?
Cartoon Network.
No.
Oh, Cartoon Network? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
The daughter had like a really big bump on her head.
Yes.
What did the mom? Did somebody have two heads?
Let me see. Hold on.
I want to see.
What did the mom have? The mom was like really tall and skinny.
Yes, she was.
I don't remember this at all, and I grew up with like Cartoon Network.
Yes, the dad had no.
Oh, and let me tell you, I grew up and all the shows that you grew up with, that you guys grew up with, but in Spanish.
Yes.
Some shows are better in Spanish than they are in English. I would
You
say
know,
I think that's just
Bananas
why.
and Pijamas.
Oh yeah, no. I remember this.
Yeah, it was the brothers.
The brothers had, like-
conjoined.
See, this
yes.
is something that I would watch.
Yeah, I
You would
remember.
probably like
You
it.
I
should
would
go
probably
watch
like it.
that.
I should. This is something I.
No, the daughter looked like a weird, like the one with the red dress.
Didn't she? Maybe she have like buck teeth or something. I don't know.
Maybe she has
No,
superpowers.
like the baby.
And
The
a
baby
list-
had the bump, right?
The baby had.
Who had the bump on their head? Let me
That
see the
one over there
the
with the little
sister.
Someone did.
Oh, the
Let me see
sister.
the
The
sister.
sister. The little sister had the banana on her head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see. I'm like trying to. I feel like the mom looks familiar, but nothing else looks familiar to me.
Oh, did that show on MTV make you uncomfortable with the one with the clay wrestling?
Celebrity
Death
death
match.
match.
I
Yeah.
loved that damn.
That made me
freaking show.
uncomfortable.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
loved it, especially the
I know
celebrities
what
that
you
were
mean,
complete
though.
assholes.
It
I would
was,
always love seeing them just beat the crap out of each other. I don't know why.
see, like that was so original. Like
That really was. You're
That
not gonna
was
find.
gruesome.
You're not gonna find it.
No.
Okay, I know that this is gonna be difficult because Chris is probably not gonna have any, but I'm still gonna say it. So, top favorite Disney Channel cartoon.
cartoon.
Yeah,
Cartoon?
or favorite cartoon
I gotta look up
from
this.
Cartoon Network.
Favorite
Cartoon
cartoon from
Network?
Cartoon
Yeah.
Network?
If it was Cartoon Network, I was either watching Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls,
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie, Johnny
that's my
Bravo.
That's my Ed and Eddie. As
Ed,
well.
Ed,
For
and
me,
Eddie was
for me, my
funny.
favorite. had to
Oh,
have
Courage
been-
the Cowardly Dog.
That
That
has to
one
be my
scared
favorite.
me.
I love
That one scared me too.
scary.
Cartoons are scary.
That one scared me.
It's not scary. It's
Yes,
just
it
expressive.
was.
No,
It's
no,
just
the-
Beavis and Butthead gave me the
Oh, that one
ick.
made me, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You didn't like
care
Beavis
for
and
that.
Butthead? Literally how they sounded.
Wait, all right. So, what was your favorite Disney Channel show?
Let me see.
Lizzie McGuire.
Maybe like That's
Who's
So
that?
Raven.
That's so Raven.
That's
Top
So
tier
Raven.
comedy.
Really funny,
Top-
yeah.
I still
Damn.
laugh. That's so
Yeah.
Raven episodes.
Are these like 90s shows though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so
so Lizzie
that's what I'm trying
McGuire,
to, like,
I would say.
okay.
Lizzie, that came out in the 90s?
I don't know.
Recess? Recess is a
Recess was
Recess.
Nickelodeon, though, right?
Nickelodeon. Well,
Rugrats?
I said
What was
Disney.
Recess? Or
Recess.
Cartoon Network? Because wait. If Recess was Cartoon Network,
No, Recess was Disney.
I feel like
Recess
it
was
came
Disney.
out on like ABC or something.
Disney. Why? Because Watch
Then
Now
Recess-
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
this Disney. I mean, Recess goes over That's So Raven for me.
No.
Yeah.
You got your magic band from Disney World.
Recess was my favorite
Recess.
show
Recess
of all
is
times.
good.
In terms of like cartoons and stuff.
Rocket Power. I loved Rocket,
Rocket
Power.
Power.
Boy Meets World. Apparently,
Boy
that's
Meets
Disney.
You know the
World.
other one that
Saved
gave me
by the
the
Bell.
ick? It was like on Nickelodeon or Disney, and it was a girl, and it was like black and white. It was a cartoon that was black and white, and she was drawn
Yes.
like
Yes.
it's not in
Angela Anaconda and Angela Anaconda.
It's gotta be something like Google that, Chris.
Something Anaconda. Anaconda.
The black and white Disney show.
Angela,
Like-
type Angela Anaconda.
Oh,
might come
yeah.
up.
I think that's it.
that show gave me the ick too.
That
I
one.
don't know that one. You guys are mentioning some that I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Angela Anaconda. I never understood why this show was on air. I was
Don't know
like,
what that
who is watching
That
this?
was like.
who is
Wasn't that
literally?
on like Fox Family?
I don't remember,
I don't
but I'm
like
like,
it.
who is why not? She just wants to be your friend. Look at that 1995 pasted ass hair. Literally
What a-
copied and pasted.
What about Bananas in Pajamas?
Bananas
I
en pijama?
wanted to beat.
I wanted to speak
I
in
wanted
Spanish.
to beat the crap out of those damn bananas.
What?
I don't know. They gave me the
I
creeps.
don't remember actually
Freaking
watching
Chris
it,
is,
but I
like, so
remember the theme
aggressive.
song.
It's like,
Chris
why
wanted
did
to
I-
watch people
I wanted-
beat each other or beat somebody.
And I wanted to beat the freaking. Oh, I wanted to beat the bananas. Apparently,
It
Horrible
started early.
innuendo.
It started early.
Revelation.
Horrible innuendo.
For me, I was like, it was in Spanish. It was banana en pijamas le quieren conocer, but something like that.
That's the thing of nightmares. Like, I'm so that song is just no. I can hear that song in like a creepy like horror movie in my head.
Like a carnival.
Yeah, like, but like all detuned, like bananas in pajamas.
And they're smiling.
And they're like
Ew.
nodding back and rocking back and forth.
What about like is there growing up with your parents, like how was that for you guys? Like was there like anything like strict that happened back in the 90s? Was it like
Yes.
what was how
Yeah,
was
I
it?
think growing up in the 90s was tough for like a lot of people our age. I don't know. I
We
feel
definitely
like
lived in a strict.
it was very strict. Kids these days get away with murder. And not saying that that's good either, but like we were, I don't know. I feel like it was very strict.
Very
sometimes.
strict.
What was strict in your household?
Like
We
school
couldn't
grades.
get C's. We had to be like my parents didn't trust us with anybody. We never were babysat.
Same.
Ever. Never. They told us that they dropped me or both of us off once to my grandma's when we were babies so they could go on a date. And then they ended up turning back and getting us and not leaving us.
Wow.
And like, not that they didn't trust our grandma, but
Yeah.
like my parents always were with us. Like, we were never left with anyone. We were not trusted to have sleepovers unless it was family.
Wow, same. Not even us. Well, we didn't have family, but same.
It
No
was
sleepovers,
yeah.
nothing.
Like my cousins were my friends basically. Like my cousins, we grew up. I feel so blessed. I have so much family and like so many cousins, and we all just like grew up together.
Yeah.
And those were my friends because that's who I was like allowed to be with. Was my family. So yeah, it was very strict and like you ate what mom made and you didn't complain. And yeah, like and then as I got a little older, like all my friends had really late curfews and I had to be home by like 9.
Welcome. Who's this?
Justin.
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 And who was the enforcer in your
My mom.
Your mom.
My dad is
Really?
so lax.
Yeah.
And my mom was a stay-at-home mom when we were growing up. So like we were with our mom like all the time. And she enjoyed being with us. She actually, I hear parents now that they're like, summer vacation, snow day.
Oh, yeah, no.
But no, my mom actually wanted us around. Like she would get just as happy if we had a snow day.
Yeah.
But she was definitely the more strict of the two. My dad was the one working, and he was just his character. If you know my dad, he's just
Yeah,
very
I
lax.
can't see you, but I wonder if your dad would have been more strict if it would have been a boy.
Maybe.
Yay!
Brian's here. Okay, we're gonna cut real quick. All right, so we cut real quick because the dogs kind of went crazy because Chris's roommate Brian, we
I
know
hope
him
he's
as
on the
King,
podcast
is
soon.
here. So now we're actually gonna do a quick little
What were
trivia.
we talking about before
I have
the break?
no idea. We'll
Wow,
see.
I have no
clue.
I don't
We're
know.
like, oh, the dogs.
I have no memory.
Whatever
retention.
It's gonna be in our
Oh,
face.
children and growing up and how strict it
yeah.
was. And I was gonna say, I feel like spanking is a 90s
Oh,
thing.
damn,
You think
good
so?
job.
Do people still spank?
I don't know.
'Cause I feel like
Well,
you're not
Less,
allowed to
I
spank.
feel like it's
I think-
more rare now,
we
but I still think that it happens, especially like
Yeah, I
and-
think more like gentle parenting is like what's
it's
in.
taking center stage.
But
Meanwhile,
I worry.
I'm here. You
I
worry.
no.
Listen, my
No,
parents beat the
it's
crap out
bad.
of all 4 of us, and none of us are
I don't
that
condone
bad.
beating. I don't condone beating.
Like
Okay.
I don't need to be
I'm not saying beat.
Yeah,
but
beating
no,
anybody.
okay.
Like I was beaten, but I definitely have to be like
They beat those bums.
Oh, yeah.
whipped.
Like-
Whipped like a dog.
Is that what like a dog? I don't whip my dogs.
Wait, no,
I hit them with the newspaper.
But yeah,
There we
no,
go.
it's just like anyway. I think another
Oh,
question that
the
I had asked. Oh, the camera is rolling. The dogs are passing. There's an earthquake. It's just the dogs, guys. Okay.
I hope it's stable. Well, you have an iPhone 13, 17, whatever.
It's 13. Wait, and the other thing that I was gonna ask, I don't know if you guys answered, but so if you don't think that your dad would have been strict if he had a boy,
Oh, that was the last one.
Oh yeah, maybe it's possible.
I feel like it would have been different. And
My
then
dad-
do you think that your mom would have been less strict?
Oh,
On
yeah.
the boy?
Yeah,
Less strict on the boy?
I think so.
Okay, your mom was one of those. Nadie allá afuera, tú eres una muchacha. Like, you're a girl.
Yeah.
My dad, like the 2 times that he's like like tapped me on the hand
He
in
starts
punishment,
crying.
he would come right back and apologize,
Oh my
even though I was the
gosh.
one who was acting up.
We
He
cursed him out.
couldn't. He
Like,
couldn't
I'm
bear
sorry.
like touching
Punishing you
us or
guys?
hitting
Oh,
us
yeah.
in any way.
Yeah.
We didn't get in trouble a lot.
No.
You were really good. It was more me acting up, but
With the no, I don't know. I definitely would not beat up my kids, but I would definitely discipline. It would not be like no gentle. Oh,
right, no.
whatever. It would be they would know.
There will be discipline, and I'll be like, you're gonna grow up with exactly what I grew up: an inflatable '90s chair and a see-through house phone.
Actually,
100%.
Yeah,
My kid's
inflatable
not getting
chair.
an
An
iPhone.
orange and white phone.
Yes, I remember that.
Orange and white, is that part of a board game from the '90s? Like, wasn't there one of
It was
those
a phone.
weird
A
board
phone.
games? What's that weird
Wait.
board game from the '90s that had a phone? And it
yeah,
was for
I just
girls.
remember
Yes.
that.
And it was for girls. What was that? I used to see that. Oh, what's the
My
name of
sister
that?
had it, and I played with
I don't
it.
remember the name. I didn't have it. We didn't have it. But
I
I,
gotta ask my sister.
I remember seeing the commercials for it.
It was like
Remember
something.
Girl Talk?
Yes, girl talk.
What is
And
that?
when you would log out, it would be like, ciao for now, brown cow.
And the pimple game. Remember the pimple game?
What the?
Oh
heck
yeah,
is
that one I know.
Wait,
that one I
what?
know.
What is that?
Yeah.
You would like there would be so many different zits and like the whitehead one.
Oh,
Remember what was the one with the girl Mycene? Was it Mycene?
Yes,
Girl,
those were
My
that was like
Dolls?
Barbie. It was like Barbie, kind of.
Yeah, but they had like games on the computer.
Yeah.
You know what's one thing I didn't have? I didn't have what was those like little like things that you used to put like in your in to go with you? It
That
has
had
like a little
music?
pet. No, a little
Oh,
pet.
Tamagotchi.
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 I never.
yeah.
I didn't grow up. I mean, I grew up
I
with
had
Tamagotchi, but I didn't.
many.
You didn't have
one.
a. You didn't have a. Well, I didn't have a Tamagotchi. I didn't have brand names. I had
I-
just a regular
Walmart
Gigapet. Just a
brand?
Walmart brand.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, the ones
sure
that
it's
would
the
do
same thing, right?
I've
yeah.
killed so many of those. I used to have a
Really?
keychain with a ton on the
so
same
cute.
keychain.
Really? I love
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yes.
I wanted one so bad, like an actual Tamagotchi. That they had so many different color palettes too. You know, you guys remember
yes.
they used to
Yeah.
be like little eggs with the screen.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I think my sister had one because I
exciting.
feel like I remember playing with one, but I don't remember like caring for a Tamagotchi. So I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the
trivia.
we through the break.
Wait, did
when the-
anybody have hit clips?
What's
Yes.
hick? Whoa,
Hit
what's
clips.
that?
It was like a little thing, and it would play 15 seconds of.
What
hit song.
was I really?
Yes, so I would
This
have like
was not-
15 seconds of I'm a genie in
like-
a bottle.
Wait, but what was
And
it
it would be
for?
with the worst speaker
No,
ever.
you
It's
were
like,
just.
I'm a genie
It
in
was
a
you could
bottle.
listen to the
tiny.
song.
You would just listen to those.
You
15
would just
seconds.
hold the button and it'll be like, I'm a genie in a bottle.
Yeah,
And you
baby."
could like swap it out and put a different one, but it was only
Yeah.
like 15 seconds of a
And
song.
it was heavy. It was TikTok before TikTok was
Yeah.
TikTok.
And I
right?
loved it. I loved it.
Every second.
I
Good
also
times.
like going back to what we were talking about, but like LimeWire and all that stuff, music in general. Like I was talking to about this with Brielle before. I used to love having to go through like all the CDs that we had,
yeah.
like the options. I know that now it's like an instant in Spotify, right? You can find whatever you want. Again, once you see the camera moving like that, as the dogs are passing by and pulling the strings.
They love us.
But I feel like now, because there's sometimes you're like listening to like a song and then like an old school song comes up and you're like, oh, that used to be my jam. But I feel like when you had those like CDs and you wanted to listen to like something like specific, but then you like remember of something while you were
Yeah.
looking at it. I don't know. I feel like it's different.
Like
I miss
looking,
that.
it's like looking through, almost like looking through an album of old pictures, except with music.
Yeah.
Music invokes memories just like pictures do.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
music
remember-
in the
What
90s
are the-
was
now that's what I
everything.
call music.
Now that's what I call music. The
All right, so
90s was all music too.
Oh yeah.
Britney
Yeah.
Spears versus Christina Aguilera. Who
Britney.
would you go? Britney?
Back then, Britney, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
In sync. It was in
I'm
sync.
the only
Backstreet Boy.
Aguilera guy.
In sync.
I don't know. I really because I didn't
Oh, you didn't
was
grow up with
growing
that
like
battle, yeah.
reggaeton and like
It was
R&B.
like
R&B
King
used to be my
NY or
thing.
Daddy
was like-
Yankee.
Oh yeah.
It was like everyone in school was like, "Do you pick Britney or Christina Aguilera?" I'm like, "Shut up."
It was like Britney,
like,
Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson,
yeah.
Pink.
It's like, all right, why are all these comparisons happening? Sorry, let's go back
Let's
to
do
trivia.
this.
No, it's cool, it's
Yeah.
cool. No,
Let's see who
I
wins.
love the banter. You
I'm
guys can
Very
cut me up anytime.
competitive.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of
winning.
a trivia here. I haven't read through the questions, but we'll see what we can get. So the first one here says, okay, ready?
Yes.
It is often regarded as one of the best video games of its generation. What gaming platform did GoldenEye debut
Nintendo
on?
64.
PlayStation. Oh no, I think it was Nintendo 64.
I'm like, how dare you?
You're right. I
I'm like, how
remember the
dare
cassette
you?
of it.
GoldenEye. I even think I have it still.
I think Dad had it. I know he had Tomb Raider. That was PlayStation, wasn't
Tomb
it?
Raider was PlayStation. I loved playing.
The pyramid boobs.
Yeah, the pyramid moves. Yes, Nintendo 64 is the correct answer.
I got it.
The
One
next
and only
question.
correct answer.
As the Pokemon video game craze launched in the United States in 1998, two iterations of the series were published on Game Boy.
Color.
Cube.
No, pocket.
Advance.
Pocket. Wait, I'm sorry.
A
Sorry.
Game
Repeat the question.
Boy.
As the Pokemon video game craze launched in the United States in 1998, two iterations of the series were published on Game Boy.
Pocket. Or Game
No.
Boy Color.
It
Oh, no, wait. It's 98.
says Game Boy Red and Blue.
That's the answer?
But it just
Game
said.
Boy Red and Blue.
No, it's not Game
I don't
Boy
like
Red
these
and Blue. That's the
questions.
wrong answer. Because Red and Blue are the versions of the game.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Red and Blue. It's Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue.
Is iteration and version interchangeable?
I don't know. I don't really know. This is
I didn't write the
stupid-ass
questions.
question.
Okay, don't come from me. This is from a
What
website.
his website is, so I can report it.
All right, the next one.
Misinformation.
Ready?
Fake news.
What was the name of the virtual pet simulation game that came?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, we just spoke about that. All right. I feel
I'm
like these are
winning.
easy. Who
winning.
is the Sesame Street star who was tickled with laughter? Okay.
Elmo.
All right, come on.
Babe, get real.
I'm trying to get some good ones here. Let me see.
He's like, get the good ones out, please.
Okay, you know what? Let me go back to a different one. There was another one here that I was like
Difficult.
try-
90s
Okay.
question.
What's the name of the group responsible for the Macarena?
I don't know.
Come on, who knows?
Oh,
Las-
there's a
Las-
deep recess in my brain
Yeah,
that
that
knows.
has this. It's some weird ass name, and I know it. It's something like
It's-
La something.
When you say it, I'm gonna be like,
that's
yeah.
it. What is it?
Nobody knows?
No.
Los del Rio.
Los del Rio.
Oh,
I knew it was like a
never
last
know.
something. You see?
Okay.
I'm ready.
What 1990s teen movie was retitled after a Britney Spears song?
Crossroads?
Nope.
No, wait. That was her movie. After a Britney Spears hit song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her hit songs.
Rial's like, I have it. It's there.
No.
No,
Oops,
was
I
that?
did it again? I don't know. Hit me,
It
baby.
says
one more
after a
time.
Britney Spears song. It doesn't
That's
say
what I'm
like a
saying.
hit
After.
song, but
Okay, hit song.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know. That I'm not gonna.
it was Drive Me Crazy.
Oh yes, with Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh,
I don't remember that too much.
Okay.
Kind of like Piggy. What do you say that?
Piggybacking?
Piggybacking? Is that what it is? But out of that question,
Piggyback.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, sure.
yeah.
To
Piggyback.
piggyback.
to piggyback of that question, says what was Drive Me Crazy's original title?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so you're telling me ones are too easy, ones are too hard.
All right,
What do
we'll
you
go-
guys want?
Let's look
all
for
right?
a
Next, keep
medium.
going. Keep going.
All
Go
right.
faster.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm
Damn,
trying.
well,
What was the infamous haircut inspired by a must-see TV sitcom?
The Rachel Green.
The Rachel.
The Rachel.
Yep, from Jennifer
Damn.
Aniston's. Okay,
That was
okay.
another idol of mine.
Wow.
All right. What was the first animated feature film to nominate? Wait, this is written wrong. It's not me. This is I'm gonna
Sure.
read it exactly how it is. All right. What was the first animated feature film to nominated for a Best Picture Oscar?
This was an animated.
To nominated.
Yeah,
To
to be
nominated?
nominated for a Best Picture Oscar is what you say.
Animated. It was in the 90s.
Toy Story.
Animated.
No,
The Lion King.
no.
Oh yeah. Is it Disney?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not Toy Story. It's not Lion King.
Beauty and the Beast.
90s.
Yep.
Damn.
Beauty and the Beast.
I was like, I know this.
I know that.
Wait, this is a hard question, but
Go.
how many Americans tune in to watch the O.J. Simpson trial verdict?
Something
3
ridiculous,
million.
like 4
All of
million.
All of
Like
the
a
above.
ridiculous amount of people.
It's way more ridiculous than that. It's 95 million. That's crazy. All right, we'll do like one more.
It's more than the damn Super Bowl.
Let me find a good one.
Shout out to OJ if you want to come on. I'm just, let me stop.
All right.
That would be the day.
Whitney
Wow.
Houston had a massive hit in 1992 with a cover of whose hit?
Cover.
These are not.
Whitney Houston.
Okay, we'll go for another. That was Dolly Parton was the answer.
Jolene.
Wait. Let's do
No,
one more good one. Hold on.
Jolene.
What website are you on?
I'm like
The
on
bad one.
He's
parade.com.
on the bad one.
I was on two bad ones.
90s pop culture trivia.
Wait, what
Yes.
video game was the first ever to be played in space?
Oh,
I'm getting
Mario.
angry.
Donkey Kong. I think it was Donkey Kong.
Tetris.
Tetris. I'm like
I,
in space.
I can't find good questions.
Like, what are the lyrics
Yeah,
to
okay,
Britney
that
Spears'
website's-
Oops, I Did It Again? I don't know. Hit me, baby.
Okay. What was the
time.
best-selling video game console of the 1990s?
Super
The
Nintendo.
64.
Nope.
The PlayStation.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, I'm done with these questions because
PlayStation.
this is going terribly.
It's like, no.
I feel like we should have like taken a break a little bit longer and then actually written the good questions.
That's all right.
You know,
Well, trivia is trivia. It's always going to show some gap in knowledge somewhere.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
don't know half those.
Okay, so is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about of the 90s? I feel like
you showed me a picture. Did you guys ever have
Oh
to fold
my-
your socks down to make them ankle socks?
Yes.
Yes.
And my bell bottoms were ripped at
Multiple
the
times,
edges.
yes.
And when it rained, they would
Because,
get.
yeah,
Oh my God,
because your jeans were all like dragging across the floor.
they were
Yes.
that's
That was
crazy.
great. That was great. I
I
used to
forgot
love
about that.
And when like we started stuffing our jeans into boots before skinny jeans, and you
Yeah.
would have to fold the bell bottom
Yes.
around your
Sometimes I would
calf.
put a rubber band or something.
In order to hold
could
the
get
damn
your
bell
leg
bottom?
in-
Yes, or else you look like you're about to wade in a river with your freaking Uggs and your
Yeah.
bell bottom shoved into your
That's
eyes.
so funny. Oh my God. Like,
And there's
it's-
a lot of windbreakers.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy how like trends come back.
Yeah.
Because right now, another thing, right? So
New Balances.
New Balances,
Fanny packs.
they're back.
So
right?
trendy
Freaking
now.
Super
fanny
trendy.
packs. Fanny packs were like a thing in like the early 90s. Then it went completely out and everyone made fun of them. Now everyone's
Yes,
freaking
now
selling
it's
fanny
normal.
packs again. Nike's
Yeah.
like here to buy this fanny pack and dudes are like carrying that crap around like it's like
Yeah.
Yes.
special.
I'm looking at both of you with the split in the thing. That was a 90s thing, but now it's back.
And I
No,
used to zigzag it.
Oh my! We need to bring that back.
The zigzag?
Yes.
Vanessa used to do that a lot, my sister.
How do you? I don't
That
know.
was so.
You take like a pick and then
fun.
you're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're drawing on your
And
head.
then you
and then you
split it.
split it and you got a nice little
And you're like,
zigzag. You know what? I'm gonna do
You're
that.
like, wow,
I'm gonna
this
do
is
this
great.
hairdo. I'm
Look
gonna
at these
do it.
angles. Wow. Look at my scalp.
Look at that
Look at my
45 degree
scalp.
angle.
Let me take my protractor out. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was a 90s thing, girl.
Yes.
90s thing.
And the
What else
butterfly
was-
clips.
Yeah, which are in now again.
Wait, the butterfly clips are back in?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
There's
like
so
on little
many-
girls?
No.
No, yeah.
Grown-
People-
Wait, what?
Grown up.
Grown girls are wearing
Yes, they got trendy again.
can't picture that.
I can't
So-
picture
I
it
want
either.
to.
When I see it, you should do it. You're trending again,
You
Brielle.
wouldn't, if I came in here with like, I loved when you had like a lot, like
Yes,
the
I would do a
twisty-
twist.
Yeah,
Clip,
twist,
twist,
and then
clip, twist.
So you would
Oh,
have like a crown.
wait, what
You
about
should do it.
I think Vanessa used to have like
We're about to
the
buy
like the
some.
circle ones that clipped as well. Did you have those?
Circle clipping?
It was like circle ones, and they kind of clip together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the ones we put on our fingernails to pretend I had nails.
No, it was for the hair.
Remember like the triangle ones?
Yes,
Those were
I
sick.
have some of those.
You never put them on your fingers? To
Yes.
Oh, the long. No, I'm talking about. No, I know those. I know those because I think I even put like to pretend that I had nails on.
I used to
But-
use, this is 90s as hell too, bugles, and I used to put them on. I used to be
Bugles.
like, "Grah."
Yeah.
Chomp on them.
So crunchy.
Bugles are
I'm
good.
pretty sure bugles are made of like nothing but like lead and pretend cheese. And then that's
Corn.
it. Yeah, there
They're
you
probably
go, and corn.
flammable.
It's probably still in my belly right now. Too much.
Takes a while to digest.
What else? Dunkaroos. Dunkaroos were 90s.
90s
So
snacks.
good.
Zebra cake.
Lunchables were a 90s thing. They came out in the 90s.
You know, I
Same
didn't like
with
those
the
Cosmo
yogurt.
brownies.
Cosmo.
I feel
brownies?
like I tried them not
Oh, the
too
one with the
long ago,
sprinkles?
and I feel like they're different because I did
Good
like
then?
them. No, I feel like I did like them, and now I don't.
No, I think we just liked them as kids because they were like so sugary and like beautiful.
Mm.
But in reality, they were not good.
What is it about that when we're kids that we see grown adults being like, "Oh my god, that's so sweet," and we don't understand. Like, what is it about being kids that sugar is so tasty?
It's
But
your
as we're
palate.
sweet.
It's your palate. It's a drug. Sugar's a drug.
Yes,
But what is it that
First to
changes
a
in us?
kid,
But what is it that changes it?
we
Because
get
It's
old.
gotta be meant like a brain thing.
Likely. I
We
mean, your palate
we
changes.
can't metabolize that stuff anymore.
No.
I know,
see,
but like
it's-
something
you gotta-
changes when you become
Yeah,
an
when
adult.
your-
Start breaking
palate,
down.
That like sugar
You
is
start
too
breaking
sweet.
Inspiring.
You start breaking down.
Your transmission fluid needs to be
You're
changed.
trying
You
to
don't-
avoid diabetes.
Diabetes.
Diabetes, the guy from the
Diabetes.
90s. I used to love it. If you have the diabetes. Him and his mustache. I felt like his mustache did all the talking.
Literally.
Because it was like he would barely move his arm. He was bitter. Diabetes.
You know what was one of
Oh
my
my
saddest
God.
points when I got older? Not that I'm old, but I'm saying when I got older. When I went to try, like I was craving Frosted Flakes. It's my favorite cereal of all time. And it was too sweet.
He can't eat them anymore.
It's diabetes.
Bro, that broke my heart.
Diabetes.
You old now,
That
honey.
broke my heart. Is there like something that you remember eating like younger that like it was like no, it's too
Oh, there's
sweet if you eat
plenty.
it
Well, I
now?
could not imagine eating a pixie stick.
Yo,
that's
that's so
straight
disgusting.
sugar.
Like a fun dip? Oh my god.
I used to have the
couldn't
jumbo
imagine.
pixie sticks.
Yeah. Just chug it.
Yeah,
Nutrients.
Literally, I'd be buzzed.
If we did
for
that now, we'd have a hangover.
God.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
if I did that now, my
Stomach
head
ache.
would be exploding.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
too much sugar gives me a headache.
Too much sugar sent me to the bathroom. So
Well, did
Too much
you
sugar
guys?
would kill you.
probably killed me.
Oh my! Oh yeah, because Chris is
Literally.
keto.
I haven't had
Chris will
sugar in
die.
like 5
Chris will have a
years
whole
at
pack
this
and
point.
immediately drop that.
If you ate
Like bust.
I turned
Oh my
pale.
God.
It's like,
Start coming out of your eyes and stuff. Wait, and then I just forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, I hate when that
That was
happens.
quick.
Oh dang!
Wait. We're talking about the thing. Oh, did you guys had those things that look like cigarettes?
Cigarettes?
And you
Yeah.
used to like pretend that it was
Yeah, smoke 'em.
cigarettes?
and then they
Yeah.
banned the crap out of them because like this is teaching our kids to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
And
They
I'm
get
like,
them out of like the vending machine.
Yeah. They weren't even that good, at least
No,
for me.
they were-
I just
they were
thought it was
honestly-
cool.
It was just cool to do.
It was like, oh look, I got a candy stick in my mouth.
Oh my god! What about the other one that you had to lick it and then pick
Dip
up the
it.
powder?
That was
Fun Dip.
Pixie.
And the-
Fun Dip.
Fun
Oh, that was Fun
Dip.
Dip?
Fun Dip. There was other.
It was
iterations.
sugar stick with
Yeah,
more sugar.
with more sugar, or the
And
the
that
other one?
white stick was like yucky.
Yeah,
It was just a medium to get to
Yeah.
the powder.
Yeah,
The white stick was like a unsweetened version of like Smarties. It was gross.
Yes.
it was very
It
very
was chalk.
disgusting. Just,
Yeah,
just
it was
chalk.
Yeah, it
Pretty
was
much.
chalk.
We
for
were
sure.
sucking on chalk
Here
for
comes
It was
sure.
like the cigarette
sweetened
things.
chalk.
Yeah.
What
Pop Rocks?
The other one, Pop Rocks. The other one that I,
I
used
still
to
eat Pop
love.
You still eat Pop Rocks?
Yes.
I haven't seen Pop Rocks
Yes.
anymore.
Remember when they came out with the chocolate flavor? At one point, I'm like, oh,
I've never tried.
I've
Pop
never heard of that.
Rocks.
it's like,
I've never
really
heard of
no,
that.
Too much. The other one that was ridiculously 90s, I remember. It's a baby bottle pop, baby bottle
Baby
pop.
Oh
bottle
yeah.
pop.
That's cute.
That one was like
What
everywhere.
nostalgia, huh? Like
Ring
just like
pops were
reminiscing,
90s.
like reminiscing when you like grew up, man. And then like our parents, that are like in the 60s and 50s
They're
or
like,
whatever
do you
it is.
remember the gum from the World War II? I'm just kidding.
Is there an era that you wish you lived through?
Yes, I do. I wish that I lived in like the times when the girls wore the poodle skirts. And
Which
I forget,
one
was
was
that the
that one?
40s or the 50s or something?
I think that's
I don't know.
The one where all the girls were like
60s.
competing on hair volume and like,
Yeah, just like the time
the
when
invention
women
of the
didn't
vacuum
have to
cleaner.
work.
Oh, when you were like, yeah, I'm waiting for my darling to come home, you know.
Yes,
stuff
with
like
my
that.
pot roast.
I get
Oh,
it.
I'd be the best housewife.
you would be like, you would go to your neighbors. You'd be like, here's a casserole I baked you.
Yes.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
in heels all day.
Yes, you go to the grocery store and
In heels.
In a dress.
So Ashley's is like 50s, around the 50s. How about you, babe?
Yes.
I don't think I would have wanted to live in a past time, but I want to live in future times.
Same. 2100.
No,
Like
I don't want to see
sad
what's
of what
to
I'm gonna
come.
miss.
You don't want to see what's to come?
No.
How come?
No, I've seen enough.
You're like, that's it.
I've
That's it. Take me,
seen
Jesus. Take
what I
me.
needed to
Jesus,
see.
take the lead.
No, because
Wait.
my thing is obviously people back the airplanes. That was like people from like the when were airplanes invented?
I don't know.
Don't
People
embarrass
from
me.
like the 1300s could have never imagined how we live now. So what about in the year 3000?
They're gonna be like, look at these peasants.
Yeah, they're
talking
gonna think
about the
like,
90s.
look at how. Oh my god, that makes me
No,
sad.
I'd rather revisit
Personally-
the old times, or like when Jesus walked the earth. I'd like to like experience that, not live in there, but maybe just
I was gonna say that would
experience
be
a couple
so
days.
hard.
Yeah,
that would be
you're probably. I
crazy.
mean, historically, you'd probably be dead by like 30 or 40. So
Yeah, no, definitely.
very
definitely.
difficult.
Nursing.
that's why like I want to go to the future. One of the things that excites me the most is how much we've extended like our lifespans and stuff like that. Historically, we used to die way younger, and I feel
But
like
even before that, we used to live a long time, 900 years.
according to
That's
biblical
biblical.
standards, yeah.
Biblical,
Yeah.
yeah, biblical standards. Yeah, I'm talking about before Christ, before Jesus.
Yes.
Imagine we go to 2100,
Like-
everyone's just a mummy, just like
Well, what if? Because we did used to die a lot younger. So, and we've gotten it up to like what the 70s is like the average
80s,
lifespan.
yeah.
Well, how much further can it go in another 1,000 years? What if we're living to like longer?
what if they bring back like you and your consciousness and you're living like a head like
No.
Futurama.
Like,
you're
no.
just living in a-
Futurama.
Yeah, what if they just bring you back, Ashley, and you're just like no, and you're just a head on the shelf.
No.
Like
Well, I don't want to be
Futurama.
that.
I'm like, I feel like I'm just so old fashioned. I really do long for the days that like the 90s and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, oh, I long for it. I want to
The
like go
simplicity?
back to the simplicity. Yes. So like for me, I'm not like, I want to see what's,
Yeah,
it
you're
doesn't
like,
really,
forget
I'm
it.
sure it's going to be cool and a lot of cool stuff will come. But like, I'm like, I long for more like what was.
What
I
was
get
it?
that.
But I
I
think
get that.
the grass is greener on the other side. Because imagine if we showed someone in the 1930s how we live today. They
That'd be
would be like,
crazy.
I want that so bad. Because
Yeah.
what were they doing every day?
But do you
Nothing.
think they would do that if they know also
All
the
the
bad
negatives
things, the
that
negative
come with it?
ADHD and all that stuff that has come now through the future? Because I do like can relate with a little bit with what Ashley's saying, because I miss a lot about back in the 90s or even early 2000s is being able to do nothing and be okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like be able to like, I don't know, like go out and like, if I was bored, I would go out and like go with my friends or like do something, which still do, you know, but like the fact that like right now, if we're like sitting down and doing nothing, it's just our phones, and I feel
Yeah,
like it just
that
messes with you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I definitely would go back, but I 100% want to. I'm like excited for what's to come too. But even if we were to get to like a point, like, do you think that when you guys grow old, that you'll look back, like wanting to know, like, or fearing that you're missing out on what's coming, or just kind of just happy with where you're at?
I think I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I think I'll be happy and just like, you know what? I had my time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go.
How about
When
you
you're
guys?
visiting me on my apartment in Mars.
Dang. All right.
You'll be visiting me in a different galaxy.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't. If we ever got to the opportunity to go to another planet, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think my anxiety
Not
would
right
let
now,
me.
in our lifetime.
I'm saying
Not
if,
gonna
if
be
just
able.
all of a sudden it happened.
If you had the
right?
opportunity.
If the opportunity came up,
I would do
I wouldn't.
Actually, I wouldn't.
I'm terrified of flying, bro. Like I
don't think I would pass the
freaking...
preliminary test to get there.
Okay, can she take the stress? Nope.
Not at all.
The first question or something, the first thing is just like a no immediately.
No, thank you. You have to
No.
leave your dogs behind. Nope, that's a no for me. Sorry.
Oh my god.
No dogs on
If they
Mars.
send a monkey up there, you can bring me with my
Cody
dog.
can come too.
All right. Well, I think that's a good way to end it. And again, like always, Ashley. First of all, thank you for
Yes,
joining
Thank
us
you for
today. I hope you had
having me.
fun.
Yes, I did.
And babe, thank you for joining us today
You're
as well.
welcome. Gracias.
Chris, thank you like always. And again, like we always say, guys, thank you guys for watching, listening, and any suggestions that you guys have. I know I say this at the end of every podcast, but any suggestions, any topics, anything. If you want to be in the podcast, reach out. We could do it via the Discord or whatever it is. But again, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.